Hi, my name's Jaime. Today is March 29, 2017. I want to tell you my story. I did DJ work for a long time, since 1971. And when I had my store at Windsor Park Mall for DJ services, I closed the store it was May of 2006. No, I'm sorry, in May of 2004. That's when I, 05 is when I closed the store. When I closed the store, I worked from my house, and I had an apartment. I had Kevin as my roommate, Kevin Girodi from Canada, but I was divorced already from Sandra, my second marriage, and I was getting depressed. As I was getting depressed, I noticed that there were times that I wanted to take my life. When that happened, I decided to go back to my mom's house, my dad's house. My dad was still living. And when I went back to my dad's house, my mom's house, at least they would know if I ate or if I didn't eat, and at least they would check up on me to make sure I was okay, because I really didn't want to take my life. And there were days that I really felt like, because of the divorce, again, my second divorce, I was with my mom and my dad, and now it's Father's Day of 2016, March 18, that's on a Sunday. I decided to take my kids to the pool. When I'm at the swimming pool here where I live, Oakcrest Point, I have a pain in my back, on my lower back, and I thought I had to go to the bathroom, so I ended up telling my grandkids, you know what, can we just go home? I don't feel well. It was a surprise to me that they said, yes, let's go home. Grandpa, you don't feel good. Normally, it's the first time I ever take them swimming, and they said yes. So we were walking the steep, it's not real steep as you come up the hill, but it's got a little slope. And they came home. I told them to go ahead of me, because I was walking real slow. As I was walking real slow, I finally got home, and there were some steps there. I went up the steps. I barely went up the steps. I came in. I told my mom my back hurts a lot. Come put something on my back. And right there, I started getting a sharp pain on my legs, like if they were stabbing me with a knife on my leg. And right then and there, I lost all feeling to my legs. I remember the EMS guy came, and they had a pin like this, and they were poking me on my leg, and they were asking me, do you feel this? Do you feel this? And I'm like, no. They were poking my leg. This is my arm, but they were poking my leg. Do you feel this? Do you feel this? I said, no. And they were like, okay, well, we gotta take you to the hospital. So they took me to the hospital. I had already lost all feeling to my leg. So now, as I felt, I was there at the hospital now, and they operated on me, and I did have a blood clot in my spine. And that blood clot, I became paralyzed. And as I became paralyzed, at first, I was thinking I was get up in 40 days. I thought it was going to be a 40-day thing. And I would pray, and I was close to the Lord. So I thought it was a trial, and it has been a trial. I was close to the Lord. So it didn't happen 40 days later. So I'm like, wow, okay, well, maybe later. So Christmas time comes around, and this time it's December the 31st of 2006, and I say, Lord, I want to get healed, and Lord, if I don't get healed by the end of 2006, then that means that I'm not going to be healed. And sure enough, I said what was going to happen. I did not get healed that year, so it meant that I was not going to be healed in 2006 and then also in 2007, because that's what I had voiced with my own mouth. There's power in the words that you speak. 2007, 2008, now I'm like, okay, what's going on, Lord? There were times that, then again, I got depressed and I really wanted to walk, even so now. So now we're going through this. I'm here with my mom and my dad, and we're coping with this. And I thought rehab was where I would walk. No, rehab is where they teach you to cope with what is going on. That's a trapeze bar here behind me, as you can see. So now it's 2010, and there's times that I wanted to take my life there at the same pool that I started to get hurting. So now it's 2011, and my dad is told he has cancer. And my dad, that happened in April of 2011. So now my dad passes away in August of 2011. Oh boy. So I'm feeling thankful because I knew my dad went to heaven, because my dad had an encounter with the Lord. And I know he's in heaven, because he started preaching to us right after he had that encounter, which was something my dad never did. So now, fast forward to today, 2017, March 29th. I'm part of a group called Rolling Inspirations. And in Rolling Inspirations, it's for those of us who are in wheelchairs. Those of us who have some type of an injury that you're in a wheelchair. And that group has really helped me to cope, to know, to understand, to ask questions about disability events or things that happened to me. And I did notice that